Today's podcast is brought to you by Quantrix Modeler Introductory Training, teaching the fundamental foundation that you need to become a Quantrix master. Go to QuantrixAuthority.com to learn more.
Show me how you do Quantrix.
Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode number 218. Add a border to separate breaks in data automatically. I have here a data table, and what it does is it lists a boatload of parts, and then it has the cycle that the parts are made on. So not every cycle has every part. And I have three cycles. I have this block of cycle data, and I have another block of cycle data. What I want to do is I want to create a separator, a visual separator that shows me where I go from cycle 1 to cycle 2. So really what I want to do is I want to add a border, okay, and have that be my visual separator. I could do that manually by going up here and selecting on my border, but this is going to be a data link, so I want this to update dynamically and automatically because this table is going to grow. The number of items on a cycle are going to fluctuate, so I want this to happen for me automatically. How can I do that in Quantrix? Because there's not really a way to add borders other than manually. Well, I'm going to show you a trick on how to do this using conditional format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here and I'm going to highlight the entire table, and then I'm going to select conditional format. I'm going to add an expression here to conditional format, and what I'm going to say is I'm going to say cycle TW row ID next does not equal cycle TW row ID this. Let me put in a square brace and then it should give it to me. And what I'm saying is when this cycle doesn't equal this one, then provide some sort of conditional format. And when this cycle doesn't equal this one, let's do some sort of conditional format. But how do I do borders? I'm looking here and I'm not seeing anything for borders. Well, you have to kind of dig a little bit, and you go in here to the fill and you click on more, and I go to my gradient, and what I'm going to click on is this kind of left to right gradient. And as I go down here, I'm then going to select this guy. Just click on the circle, make it black, and then I'm going to drag this gradient up to this one like so, and then maybe drag this one over so I've got this good thick border. Well, it's on the left side of the square here. I want it to be on the top or on the bottom, and I think I want it to be on the bottom. We're going to try this out. So I'm going to just use this little dial here and try to get it to stop at 90, and thank goodness I was able to do that relatively quick. So what does this do? If I go ahead and I click OK, you can kind of get a preview here. It looks like it's going to put a border on the bottom. If I click OK, then bam, indeed, it's given me this border between cycle 1 and cycle 2 and cycle 2 and cycle 3. It's provided me this kind of conditional formatted border. So that's how I would provide a visual indication that things in my data set have maybe changed from one value to the next. So this is able to accomplish exactly what I set out to do. Anyway, I hope you find that very useful, and I hope you'll put it into practice. And I also hope that if you have any questions about Quantrix, that you'll take advantage of this free service and ask me a question at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I absolutely love Quantrix. I actually kind of sit around. Well, I don't sit around all day, but I do spend time during my day just wishing that people would ask me Quantrix questions so I could help them, because I want to change the world with Quantrix, and I want to help you become a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.